Okay, for those of you who have been missing out on my parts, I am so very sorry, but I had a lot of things to do, and streaming was the only thing that took way less time than actually recording my voice over post-commentary of Okami. For those who are missing out on Okami, I'm sorry. But anyway, it's me, Gamer of Glory! I have returned! We are back with more Okami! We have just finished the first third of the game by finishing Kamiki Village and by killing the dreaded Orochi. Now we are in the capital area, aka Ryoshima Coast. This is technically our quote-unquote water level. Or tropical level, whatever you want to consider it as. Anyway, we are going to explore this place, do a couple of meager side quests here and there for some stray beads and praise, and then we will enter in the capital itself. So, you can... okay, well, the first point of interest is the temple right up here. Apparently, not a lot of people has entered in this damn place for quite a long time, because its caretaker was actually disappearing. Anyway, there are no stray beads nearby, so don't worry about it, but this place will become much more important much later. So, yeah, if you were wondering what I've been doing, actually, a lot of things have been happening to me. Firstly, it's mostly about university and all stress, because I'm in 4th year university, and very, very, very soon will I have to enter in my path of life. I'm actually very, very scared. It's kind of dampening, actually, now that I think about it. Anyway, let's go back to the game. Now there are red scrolls all around the place. They will have headless guardians. The recolors of the imp guys. There are no more green imps. Instead, we have the headless guardians, which is red imps. We have the bell guardians, which are yellow imps. We have the halo guardians, which are purple imps, and the executioner guardians, which are the black imps, basically. So yeah, there are curse gates, there are red scrolls. You can't... a thing about this is that you can't... when you power slash red scrolls, you can't stun them, as if they're like, well, made of metal. You can't actually stun them yet unless you use Gale Force, use one of those peace spells that you can get with Demon Fangs. Or you have to wait until you upgrade your power slash. Yes, you can upgrade your powers. But we won't be able to do that just yet. Anyway, welcome to Ryoshima Coast. There are some shells that have some treasures. What's very weird about the shells is that, well, not the shells, the water itself. Once you touch the coast's water, well, the coastline, you instantly sink into the water, almost as if you're a dog. Okay, so the merchant here doesn't really have anything special, sadly. This is also a good place to get some money, because as of this moment, the red scrolls are gonna produce the most money at this point. Yeah, see what I'm talking about with the friggin'... yeah, you just instantly sink, almost as if the coating on the freaking water wasn't even done right. Anyway, exploding those things. Anyway, those scrolls exploding. We can also we also have some fields where we could instantly brush. Oh, I miss using the celestial brush. How many of you missed me playing Okami? Cause no offense to those who watch, I don't feel as though I'm doing a very good job conveying, well, this game, in my opinion. It's pretty hard to do a post-commentary by yourself on a very long game like this, too. That's kind of the bad part about this game, which is kind of sad if you ask me. I can either show that I have no life, but who cares? We're here to talk about the game. So, Ryoshima Coast. This is technically the capital, and this is technically our water level. There is a lot of sea in this, because we're in the coast. And sooner or later, we will be able to do some sea travel. Okay, so all brushing aside, did I ever tell you about the floral finishers of the Headless Guardian enemies? The Headless Guardians, fun fact about them, they actually Headless Guardians are guardians that were dishonored and cursed, so they had their heads like eroded off, which is pretty funny. well, either weird or funny. It's honestly up to you. But apparently those guardians suddenly became demons, and when travelers get close to them, they strike. Also, their floral finisher is basically Cherry Bomb, aka they get blown up. The funny thing about that is that when you open up the description of the enemies, well, which is the Headless Guardians and all that, they don't actually explicitly tell you about the Cherry Bomb being, well, its floral finisher. Which is kind of sad, really. Okay, so, there's this... Okay, so, firstly, there's our chests and all that. I don't like the chests inside water. Because, I actually haven't told you this, but there's actually, like, very, very far in the ocean, there is actually some shells over there, which are very hard to get and very hard to see, because they're in the ocean floor and way far away, which is stupid. Oh yeah, that sunken ship that you saw? Yeah, we're gonna visit there sometime. And it's pretty far down there, because we won't be able to have anywhere to... we won't be able to travel towards it without any help. So we just have to travel through it the old-fashioned way, which is just doggy paddling, swimming, and lily pads. Okay, so we had that guy who was a animal lover, and he wants his bunny back. However, we have a bit of a new enemy here. Okay, so we have a new enemy known as the Ubume. Have you guys ever heard of those, like, female demons that crawl out of your static TV and try to eat you alive? You know, with the hair covering their face and all that, and crawling on all fours? Like Drew on the Grudge. I don't think you guys ever heard of that, but yeah. These guys are basically that. These are basically the same people as Crow Tengus, except they have an umbrella to shield them. So you have to make use of Gale Force in order to, well, make them use their umbrellas and make them fly away. Gale Force is actually really strong against these guys, but it's not their floral finisher for some reason, which is oddly strange. Okay, so anyway, Steel Fist Sake. And now we have a bit of a curse gate. Alright, let's use... So at this point, I believe, yeah, Ubumes will spawn, sadly. Just, you know what to do. Just use Gale Force, and then Power Slash them. And then when they open up their umbrellas by either you using a Power Slash or attacking them, you can use a Gale Force to make them fly away. Oh, I actually haven't talked about me using the Glaive. The Glaive is the power type weapon. It's not very fast, but it is able to charge up and deal devastating blows. Like really, really devastating blows. Ugh. So yeah, anyway, to look for the animal lover's friend, we're feeding a lot of bunnies right here. These bunnies right over here. This is very obscure. You have to use herbs in order to feed the bunnies. Now, there are 10 bunnies here, but there is only one that we haven't fed yet. And there's one prompt, and it looks like there's a black and white bunny. Now, you have to feed this one separately. It's very weird. However, now that we have the bunny, we want to go and grab it with our... Well, with the... In the Wii's case, it's the C button. For me, it's a triangle. We want to drag it to the nature lover guy. Right over here. Yes, it is Inaba. I believe Inaba means moon snow cloak, which is actually pretty funny because it's black and white. So not only will this guy give us a good amount of praise, this guy will also fish out from his pocket a stray bead. Perfect. This is, well, yeah, this is one that's pretty easy to miss, although it's not completely missable. Anyway, there are some other animals that we can feed and all that. There's a couple of cursed gates over by the left, but for now we're just gonna go feed some more animals. And remember when I said that there are some shells off the beaten path and like very hard to get? there is one on the right side of this little bridge. And it's pretty obscure. Not only that, but there's a lot of water in the way, and unless you really, really mind wasting time getting the actual treasure, then go be my guest. Okay, so there are some cats that you can feed with fish, of course. And now I think it's time we head to the capital. I think. I don't know, what does past me want? Okay, so, also, oh right, there's a clover right there, but we can't access that yet, sadly. And what do you know, there's some very, very weird green fog inside the city. That's very, very weird. And what do you know, Sei-an City sounds like a freaking ghost town, Jesus Christ. What the? I thought the big city was a happening place. What's up with this funky looking mist? It looks, well, yeah. I actually agree. I would, like, immediately turn back and change my pants rather quick. I mean, were there any, like, plagues out there that actually made the town look kind of green? Because usually they're usually just sickness, and it's usually invisible. Anyway, this mist is also very inconsistent. Because there are people here that actually suffer from this, but fun fact, not a lot of people suffer from this. Like, there are some shopkeepers that aren't suffering from this. It's only like some of the people in the commoners' quarters, and some people up front over there as well, that are suffering from the actual curse. Anyway, there are some shops that are actually really important, like this guy right over here. He will sell you the blinding snow and the marlin rod. Not only that, but herbal medicine and charcoal. These are quests, or side quest items that you're going to get for stray beads and not just collection, but progression as well. Because the blinding snow is what we need in order to progress. Surprisingly, it's a fishing rod. Anyway, this guy sucking the floor, and isn't that an Ida clone? I don't know. Can't tell. Anyway, this bomb guy right over here. He has that spinning wheel on the back of his thing, almost like he's freaking Asura, Mantra Asura, with that spinning wheel on the back of his thing. Anyway, the weapons dealer, just like any other game, sells us weapons. And what does he have? He has the 7 strike and 2 gold dusts. Alright, so the 7 strike is the second tier of the glaives. I will be using it for the time being. You can also use ink bullet, because every second tier and 4th tier weapon can use, well, they can use ink bullet. But who the hell cares about ink bullet? Not me, of course. So yeah, you can actually notice that the actual prongs are actually moving, which is pretty cool. Anyway, the shopkeep's alright, but this guy is not, which is very weird. It's either that the dealers, the shopkeepers spend way too much time indoors, or these commoner guys are just freaking lazy and not having a job. Okay, so before you try to explore this place, be a little aware that there are some places that we can't access, because there are some that are blocked off and cursed. I believe it's like around, not this area, because this area is not too prominent. Well, actually, there is some, because on the right side there are some cursed patches, and it works just the same as, well, back in Kamiki Village when it was cursed. Not Kamiki Village, Shinshu Field. So, yeah, anyway, Isun talks about the bridge. But this is the aristocratic quarter. Well, we haven't actually arrived there yet, so now let's go talk to this guy. Yes, that is a very, very long bridge. Anyway, this guy doesn't seem to be affected by the frickin' mist. Meet Benkei. Hello, Pooch. Think about crossing this bridge? Well, think again. This is a very special contraption. With one command, I can easily, well, change this thing, but I don't feel like it, cause... you know why? Cause I have all these swords here, and my name isn't Gilgamesh. Okay, so... this guy won't allow us through until we fill up this lake with water. And yeah, well, that's part 1. Well, not part 1, but that's the first part of Ryoshima Coast, part, I don't know. And that's it for now. We will see you guys then for the next part of Okami HD. This Game of Glory, I have finally returned, and I shall return soon with another part. See you guys then.